For the regulars, I apologize. Just showing I'm not AI. So stupid. We should have on anything that's being put out that's AI images, anything like that. It needs to have a tattoo, something that has like the logo embedded on the person, animals, whatever. It needs to be embedded and go with them. It needs to be embedded on them. And for them to be like, oh, we don't have that technology. Well, I can't screenshot my bank information from my app. So there is that information. There is technology that they could put two and two together. They probably should stop releasing AI images at this point until they can do something that, you know, when I open up a video, I see some type of clip or whatever on Twitter or something like that, I can tell that it's AI, not just by somebody cropping something out. There needs to be something actually on the person, just to show us that it's AI. And some type of, like, these CapCut, all these editing, like these, you can't take stuff out. Like, this is what I'm saying. They have to implement something with that type of technology where they can't cut stuff out, erase things. It's not available. And it needs to be, like, this is what I'm talking about. Congress doesn't do anything. They're not decriminalizing marijuana. Republicans are absolutely fucking useless. They're completely useless. What are they even fucking doing? What bills are they passing? I don't fucking know. I don't keep up with them every fucking day. I see what's on Twitter. What's what Tim Pool's talking about on IRL. What other people are talking about on YouTube. You know, I get up-to-date information. They're not doing shit. I'm not hearing anything of Congress passing any damn bills. They don't do anything. I don't understand why we even have them anymore. We need to get rid of the Senate and the Congress because they're fucking useless at this point. All they're doing, they're just parasites. They're no better than welfare recipients who don't work at all. The people on here that are, well, they're not doing it anymore, are they? I'm not seeing these food stamp hauls anymore, like bragging about it. That stopped pretty quickly, didn't it? But dude, I'm fucking tired of all. I think we're all tired of this shit. You know, I'm not an economic expert. I'll be the first to say. Far from it. I read a couple books. The Creature from Jekyll Island, learning how the Federal Reserve is created. A couple of other economic books. I mean, I think I listened to Lynn Alden's book. I read, listen. What the fuck? It's the same difference to me. I'm taking in information. It's just a different way to receive it. It's like, it's information, dude. And you know what I mean? So, like I said, I read a couple books. I've listened to tons of hours on finance, investing, how the system works. Am I going to be able to remember everything that I took in? No. Am I going to be able to recite it and be able to sound like an expert? No. I have a basic understanding of economics, of supply and demand, and I have a basic understanding because I live in the real world, unlike rich people. Basically, if you're not a hard, if you don't, to me, honestly, if you make over 100,000, I don't care. You're rich. To me, you're rich. Most of us don't even come close to that. So to me, you're rich. Are you rich in this society? No. You got to have like $10 million to be rich, to be considered rich. To me, you make $100,000 a year, you're rich. Because I make like 40. it's kind of a joke. I went 4 months without having a job last year. Didn't collect any unemployment. And maybe that's my fault. Maybe I should have collected unemployment. And I had to sell some of my crypto, so I'm going to have to pay capital gains tax. So it's like, I get a pay this year. Oh, that's great. Stack on some more debt. I'm trying to get it down. I'm trying to make moves to get it down, but it's kind of hard to get it down. With, like, how am I supposed to get my debt down if all my money goes to bills, dude? You know what I mean? They don't pay us enough. I think that we've been lied to. I don't think this is a capitalist system at all. It doesn't feel like it. Maybe it is for rich people. It's a capitalist system. You know what it feels like? It feels like we're a socialist system at the bottom and a capitalist system at the top. That's basically what we are. We're a two-tier system at this point where the rich people are making hand over fist. So they're like, yeah, this is a capitalist system, man. Keep pushing out capitalism for us. And at the same time, we're out here actually working, doing work, producing, providing services, whatever you do, barely making it. We're servants. We're slaves. That's all we are. And then we're supposed to sit here like, oh my gosh, rich people. Yay, rich people. You're making more money. Yay. I don't fucking care about you people. The good ones, fine. I get it. Like, I don't think that all rich people are bad. But listen, do you not understand you're getting lumped in with all the rest of them? It doesn't fucking matter. We're fucking tired of this shit. We're tired of being told, oh, we can't make any more. We can't give you any more money to work. Well, nobody wants to work. Like, what the fuck? In a capitalist system, the best products and services are being produced. Is that happening nowadays? I would like to acquire the latest video game that I like. I like sports games. They used to get better. I remember a time where they were competing with each other, NBA 2K versus NBA Live. Madden versus 2K Football. The products were great. There was a ton of competition out there. At least there was some type of competition. And then now it's like we don't have to do nothing. So we're not going to do anything. We're not going to change the product at all and charge you we're going to charge you top dollar. In fact, keep raising the prices for the same fucking game, and that's video games. Now you can look at, like, I've noticed something. I don't eat snacks too much, but I did get some about a week ago. I got these little cupcakes I like these I don't know, they're a yellow cake with the white filling in the middle, and then they have the chocolate frosting on the top. Those are like my favorite, and I'm like, okay, I have a couple of days off. I'm gonna get some Pringles too, because those used to be my favorite chips as well. I don't really eat that stuff anymore. I kind of just don't have the desire for it. I don't have I don't know. Maybe it's just bad product, but it just doesn't taste it's not as enticing as it used to be when I was young. Not even that long ago, honestly. The chips taste stale. They don't taste fresh. And the cupcakes the same thing. And the cupcakes look smaller. So they tasted a little stale, and they were smaller, and they charge more. So it's like you're charging me more for shit products. And you want me to believe that this is a capitalist system. Okay, whatever. Not for me. I don't live in a capitalist system. Maybe you rich people do, but I don't. I live in a fucking socialist communist system or whatever. Not a communist, a socialist system. It's basically slavery. It's a fucking hybrid, like, I mean, you have a little control. There's some things you can cut out. But you know how shitty it is to have, like, no I don't know if maybe it's just the internet. Okay, maybe it's just me listening to the internet, and everyone else in real life is like laughing at me or something like that, because more. It seems like we have more single people, and here's the problem. Why is housing so much? Well, because we have less married people, so we have more single people out here. I mean, that's I don't hear anybody talking about that. I don't think we live in a fucking capital. I think it's a two-tier system, just like the laws. Like, I have to obey the laws, and they don't. You know, imagine if I get pulled over for going 10 miles an hour over, I'm getting a ticket. If I'm a famous person and get pulled over, they'll let me go. You know, we live in a two-tier system, and it's fucking unfair. And that type of stuff is fine, like whatever, little stuff like that. But when, you know, you see like pedos being protected because they're too big to fail. Like, dude, we need this shit to fuck. It's gonna fail, okay? At some point, if Trump doesn't fix things, like, and it sucks. Like, to be honest, that it's all on him. It's crazy that he has to burden. I can't imagine having to have that burden of. It's basically the West rests on his shoulders, basically, at this point. And it's good that people actually voted him in, because if he wasn't in there, then you would definitely have some type of a civil war at this point. They would overdo their hand, the left. They would make things harder to live, like they have. They both have, man. It's not just the Democrats, it's the Republicans spending money too. I remember making a video when I was living in Washington State. Like, it was at least 8 years ago. It could have been 7 years ago. But I remember talking about how our debt was like $23 trillion. That was before the pandemic. And now it's 38 and going up. You know, how much is that? Dude, that's like 15 trillion in 7 years that they've printed out. That's almost half of our national debt. How the fuck are we going to keep doing this system? How the fuck are we going to keep relying on the Federal Reserve to print out money and then charge us interest on the printed money? Like, how long are we going to keep doing this? It's a fucked up system, and it needs to come down. The elites who are making hand over fist, who are laughing at me right now, who are laughing at all of us struggling, anybody who's making content that's like talking about their struggles, they're all laughing at us. And it's fucking demoralizing. It really is, to feel like I might as well be in a prison cell, man. I might as well be. How much human interaction do I really have? I mean, there's not much. I don't require a lot either. That's the fucked up shit. Is I don't require a lot of human interaction. I can have minimal human interaction and I'll be fine. And I am like, I don't know. It's just like, it kind of feels like you feel good one day, you're like, okay, and then you're demoralized the next. Hopeful, demoralized. It's like, dude, we're barely making it, and it's like we're working and just praying something big doesn't break. Because if something big breaks, or we get some type of really bad health ailment, we're fucked. You know, and I'm getting to the point, like, honestly, I've had different times, even recently, where it's just like, I don't give a fuck if I live or die. Not saying that I'm gonna hurt myself, because I wouldn't. I have way too much to live for. But it's like, if this is bad karma or whatever that I'm dealing with, it's like I just want it all to happen at one time. I'm so sick of the cut by 1,000 fucking wounds. I just want it over with. And I think that young people definitely, if you don't have anything to lose, where young people are at, you don't give a fuck. I don't think that the elites understand what the youth will do. Young men, not only do they not have any attention from women, okay? So, when they're young, guys would get a ton of attention. Women would be like trying to get them, because they want to have a husband, they want that provider, that protector. They want to move out of the house. They want to have kids. They want, you know what I mean? That's what they used to want to do. They don't want to do that shit no more. So young men don't have that, and then it's like they work and they can't square away anything, and in fact it seems like it's the opposite. So it's like there's no incentive to fucking work, and eventually this shit's gonna collapse. I'm hoping things get fucking better, and it seems like I'm a person who has been anti-war. Mostly it's like, for me it's, unless it's completely necessary, we need to stay the fuck out of it. And I've seen so many unnecessary wars. Who cares about Iraq taking over Kuwait? Like, we have a ton of oil here. Like, produce more here, man. I don't know what to tell you. Who cares about Iran? Like, I feel bad for those people, but we have to worry about us first. We have been getting stolen from left and right. We've been getting stolen from by our corporations, where they outsource our fucking jobs, our good jobs, and then like sell us this shit. It's cheaper, but like we don't have good jobs. Like, yeah, like short term, it's good. Long term, it's not fucking good. Then we've been having the government not do shit. And in fact, I think that the government has created way more problems than they have solved. For the last 20 years. What have they really solved? I don't know. What has Congress done? I fucking hate Congress. I want it fucking abolished. You know how fucking shitty is that for me to say? For me to come to the conclusion that, whatever the founding fathers created has just been fucking destroyed. Like, I want to defend the Constitution. I think the Constitution was a beautiful thing. I think that the whole three-branch system was phenomenal, and it did really well. Well, it's not anymore. And in fact, it's actually a detriment to our lives at this point. When they have no other choice but to print money at this point. That's it. That's what the shutdown was over in the 40 days. It's all, and then here, watch, they're going to come out and do the same thing at some point. It's either going to be this year or next year. The debt ceiling. We got to raise the debt ceiling. Like, dude, they raise the debt ceiling. They're going to keep raising it. I don't know, why do we even have a debt ceiling, really? So it's just a joke. It's all theater. It's for political gain. And I'm tired of being their political pawn. You don't represent me. You sit here and say, oh, blah, blah, this and that, like the working class. Like, fuck you. Fuck you both. Fuck the Republicans and fuck the Democrats. Republicans, okay, listen. They're slightly less, okay? They slow down the destruction. But they're not wielding any fucking power. It's like, oh, we can't do this because if the Democrats gain power, then they're going to do it. Like, they're going to do it anyway. It doesn't fucking matter. what they're going to do is fucking destroy you when they get power. They've already shown this. They're talking about it right now. You've seen this with rogue judges, rogue leftist judges, fighting tooth and nail against Trump's anything he's trying to do. We've seen them like Alex Jones and stuff like that. Owen Schroyer, like, dude, come on, man. J6, the J6 people. 3 years for trespassing. Come on, man. Seriously, really. A lot of these people were waved in, like they seen the cops waving him in, and you see the people going in. It's like, oh shoot, I guess we can go in. We're gonna protest inside, and why would they think that? Well, because the pussy hat women did the same thing. What happened to them? We didn't hear nothing that happened to them. The Kavanaugh hearing, they were like trying to break in. That was insurrection. I don't think it's insurrection, but like that's what the Democrats want to label it. That's what I'm saying. Like they show flashes. They want to like, how the hell do they keep on looking like the nice guy when they keep on? It's so crazy. Like these people can literally come in my house, kill me, and still come out looking good. How? The mainstream media just like, they're the problem. They're the fucking problem, the mainstream media. And if you go back and... No, I'm not a fucking Nazi, okay? Jesus. Can I study history and look at parallels and look like, oh, wait, this looks familiar. Oh, Hitler was talking about this happening? Do I agree with what he did? No. Do I see parallels of right now hyperinflation, what they did? No, not to their level. But him talking about the degeneracy in Berlin, where then they had a lot of prostitution, even kids prostituting themselves because of the high inflation. We've seen this with Venezuela. Regular stay-at-home moms end up having to go to prostitution because of the inflation. It's like the same fucking thing. These booms and busts, they don't need to happen. If it's just like, you continuously fuck us over, we're gonna rise up, and it's not gonna be pretty for anybody, and society is gonna suffer immensely. We're gonna go through something worse than the Depression, man. I don't know. I hope not, but it's like, dude, at some point the youth is gonna be like, fuck you, okay? This is bullshit. It's not getting better. Even me, I'm like, I'm giving Trump a chance, okay? And I sound probably like a fucking Mondami or whatever his fucking name is. It's like, I keep on hearing, oh, if America becomes socialist or whatever, then the rich people will leave. Where are you gonna go? Huh? Where are you gonna go? Because every other country is pretty much like that. We're all strapped with debt. They're not lowering prices. They're not giving us more money to be able to, get a little bit ahead. I shouldn't have to work fucking 60 hours a week to live my life, a decent life. It's ridiculous. People aren't having kids. When the boomers pass, we're going to have... Dude, I live in a tiny town, and I bought a bunch of candy for Halloween. And maybe it's just because I'm the new person here, and people didn't want to. I didn't have no decorations up or anything like that. I put a pumpkin out, but I bought a bunch of candy waiting to see, because I don't want to be that guy. I'm the new guy here, and like stingy, like I had probably 3 knocks at my door. The first one was probably some like, they look like either like old high school kids. They look like college kids, to be honest. And I think like just like a 12-year-old something like that came up. There was like no kids at all, and I don't see kids playing in the neighborhood. When I go leave or I go somewhere, there's kids. Maybe they're all inside. Maybe they're all playing video games. But I live in a tiny town, man. Things are slower here. Things are a little different than a suburb off of a big city. And I've made a video talking about this in the town I was before this one, that there's no kids out playing anymore. Like I said, they're probably inside playing video games, but it's like there's less kids. What does that mean? This whole GDP, like, dude, less people are going to be working. And maybe, I don't know what this, it's such a confusing thing to navigate. All this is so fucked. You know, if we were all living like decent lives and, you know, it was a smooth transition into AI taking all of our jobs, I'm all for AI taking our jobs. I can do a lot of other things with my time than work a monotonous job. I mean, we can have, if people are really like they don't know what to do with themselves and they want to work jobs, that we can have jobs where it's like you just go in there and have that experience. If you want to go in there every day, 40 hours a week, force yourself to do it because you don't know what else to do with your time, then go ahead. I don't like struggling. I'm fucking tired of it. And I don't think that anything's like, it's demoralizing, man. I don't even know why we have to pay taxes anymore. Why are they taking anything out of my check? If they're just going to keep printing out money, giving money to Israel or Ukraine or whoever else, just letting Somalis just take whatever they want, and it's like 700 billion in losses. What is that? 700 billion? That's what I'm hearing. Yeah. What the fuck? I would rather give reparations out. I would rather give reparations out to black folks. Every black folk in America. I'd rather you have a reparations than any of these motherfuckers get a single dime to anybody, anyone, anywhere, any other country. Like, hey, I know this sounds insensitive, you know, but it's called natural selection. If you're fucking poor, you probably shouldn't be having. If you're starving yourself, why are you having kids? Like in Africa or whatever. Fucking stop giving them. If you want to help them, go there and create something for them. Don't just give them food, dude. Just like, and I know that sounds fucked up, but if they're not creating and they're not building anything themselves, and you're just like you're creating dependency, and it's unsustainable. It really is. They keep on populating, and there becomes more and more of them. That's more and more we gotta feed every fucking year. It's fucked up. It's fucked up. Like I said, if they want to help those people, go there, build communities. You know, build shit there. Not just give them food. Help teach them how to fish. Don't just give them the fish. That's what I'm talking about. I don't want any. I don't think black people should get reparations. But I'm just saying, like, I would rather our American citizens being taken care of before any foreigner. Fuck the foreigners, man. I don't know what to tell you. Hey. At this point, I hate it. It sucks that it has to be like this, but when we can't do shit ourselves, when it's like, dude, there's so much weight on us, we're desensitized, we're not fucking happy over here. And this is what socialism is. This is what communism is. It's like you're on the hamster wheel, and I've said this before. Dude, I've said this in past videos. We're on a fucking treadmill when you're going to work. There's no carrot. You know what it is? It's you're forced on this treadmill. And there's a spikes behind you. Like, and I've made this analogy. I remember talking about this. There's a spike pit behind you, and if you're not fucking running, then you're going to be dead. If you're not running, working your ass off, hustling, then you're going to be homeless. There's no safety. There's nothing. Our infrastructure is shit. Why are we paying taxes? You know, I'm not going to sit here and keep defending, oh, the rich people. No, fuck you, dude. You're not investing anything. You're just taking. Lower your fucking prices. Be more realistic. Why the fuck are CEOs making 400 times more than the lowest worker? This is type of stuff I'm talking about. I could be a CEO, drive my company into the fucking ground, and I'm gonna get a golden fucking parachute. How the fuck is that? I could do a shit job and make out $10 million when they a severance package or something like that. What? You see NBA players. I remember this. Marbury. He was on the Knicks and he was making $21 million. That was like premium. 2012-ish. That was high back then. Now it's kind of like, it's good, but it's kind of like, it's almost average. I think 10 million would be average. I don't know. It's at least 5. What is the minimum? What is the veteran minimum? I don't even know what the veteran minimum is. I know it's over $1 million. But he sat on the bench for the whole last year because he couldn't get his shit together. He could play. He was a problem. And it's like, why did that happen? How can that shit happen? Who's paying for this? The fans? They want to pay to see him play? And he's not playing? He's just like, oh, because the union they get guaranteed contracts. So, yeah, you see this all the time with sports. And it's getting worse and worse. They make almost too much money that they don't even want to be on the court because the risk of injury. It's like they make too much fucking money. They need to make less. And it's not going to happen anytime soon because of ad revenue sharing. But if people aren't watching your product, you're gonna take a big decrease. Like the kids of the future, it's not gonna keep going up. At some point, it's gonna start going down. And I think it's going to be a huge drop off. And like the WNBA, are you crazy? You have it so good. Like they were actually trying to hurt Caitlin Clark. They were trying to hurt her. This is your star. This is your Michael Jordan. I'm sorry she's a white woman. I'm sorry. White people are so horrible. You guys should be thankful. You know, you're being subsidized. At any point, the NBA could have been like, nah, we don't need you no more. You would be done. Now they're like complaining. Like I don't know the actual figures, but I heard they're making like, they gave them the offer of like 3 or 4 times more than they made last year. I think like the minimum, at least on the game, was like $62,000 a year. And like, the elite ones, like a Brianna Stewart, the top dogs. I'm trying to think of some other ones. They were making like $200,000, and they were gonna give them like 3 to 4 like times more. That's what they're talking about. And they turn and they're having it's like, dude, are you serious, man? You're not gonna make what the guys make. You don't even play as many games as them. You don't play as many. Well, the first round of the playoffs is like 2 wins, at least in the game. I don't watch the actual product. I was playing it on the game, and the first round you win 2 games, you go to the next. And the NBA is like I think it's best of 7. I don't even watch that. The first round I think is 7 games, best of 7. It used to be 5, but I think it's 7 now. And there's a play-in. You know what I mean? So it's like you don't play as many games. You're not getting the viewers, and you're getting some more viewers because of Caitlin Clark. And you're trying to hurt her because you're jealous. What? And then you think you're gonna make what LeBron makes? Whatever. Who's a big star that's not LeBron? Luka Doncic. You think you want to? You're entitled to that? Giannis? No. You couldn't even beat a high school team. Your all-star team couldn't even beat a high school team. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about the WNBA. This is what I'm talking about. Like, it's so crazy. And when Andrew Tate was talking about the fact that, like, we see all this rich people, like, shit on our social media. This. Doomer. I stopped watching some of these channels because I'm just I'm so sick of them talking about Doomer stuff all the time. And I'm sure that people watch mine. They're like, dude, you're all talking about Doomer stuff. I have a diverse stuff. I don't just sit here and talk about like this. There's this one guy that I used to watch. He has sunglasses. He walks around. He has like a walk. He's talking about the economy, talking about real estate and stuff like that. And then like he takes a break. I don't even know his name. And then like he takes a view of like the scenery. And then he goes back and he does it every video. But it's like every video is the fucking same. Blah blah blah. This is happening. This is doom and gloom. This is I know. I fucking know. Every video is the fucking same. And it's like we're fucking tired. We're tired of seeing. I don't know. Maybe other people are still fascinated by rich people and shiny things and like you got your Lambos and your fucking mansions. I thought it was cool when I was younger. Maybe that's what it is. But when I was young, I didn't think that I would ever have a mansion. I never thought I would have. When I watched MTV Cribs, I thought that was cool. Like I get to see like a little bit of how celebrities lived. But what happens is like Tate said. You see someone you see someone your age on here showing off like all the stuff that they have. Maybe their family's rich or whatever, and it's like. This guy's... Why can't I have that life? I'm sitting here doing this? Really? Fuck this shit. You know what I mean? And soon, people are just not going to work. I think... You want to know how to get them? It's not violence. Violence isn't the answer. If you really want to hurt rich people, we need to exit the system. This is what they're doing in China from what I heard. Unless it's propaganda, I don't know. The young people are just the most basic minimal lives that they can live. Not buy anything extra, don't contribute anything to the economy anymore. Just the bare minimum. And it fucking sucks to live like that. You're basically when you have the isolation and then you have nothing, no rewards, and going to work, it feels like it. I'm not saying it's the same, but it rhymes with something that the work camps were going through. The people in the gulags, the forced work camps. It's not what they went through, because they went through with a gun to their head and they had it was way worse. But it's something that rhymes with it, what's happening right now in this economy. And I'm not going to blame it all on Trump. I'm not, because like when he first took over, the economy was getting better, and then we had the pandemic out of nowhere. And if he would have got the second presidency and without the pandemic, I think we would be in such a different place right now. I think the world would be in a so different place. We wouldn't have to go and start taking people's resources. At this point, we have to. We have to. That's why I'm not pro-war at all, but like, we've been pillaged and we're still being pillaged. So like, we have to take shit back. We have to like, if we're gonna be taken from, then we need to start. Like, China's took so much of our jobs. They were a shit show before we started offloading all of our jobs onto them. You know, they should be grateful, and I'm sure that the regular people are. But their government is like, we want to control everything. I don't know. We want to be like, who cares who the superpower is? Can we make sure that everything's running good for everybody? You know what I mean? Like, everybody's in debt. Okay, so what does that mean? Our currencies are fucking useless. That's just abandon our currencies and do something new. We have all these smart people. We got AI. Come out with a great system that benefits everybody. How about we make a system where it's the opposite, where not everybody's in debt, they feel like a slave, when everybody feels like they're doing great. And they want to produce, and they're fucking happy, and they're like, I want to produce other humans. No, we don't have any of that shit. We have, we're making AI, which I like AI, but it's like, things are gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse than it is now. Okay, it's gonna get pretty bad then, because like, human nature is, if people don't have food enough to eat, they will get physically violent. But I think the best thing that we should do is contribute as less as we can until they want to actually lower the fucking prices and be realistic. I mean, can we afford extra shit? Really? You know what I mean? Can we really afford to buy extra shit? And it's like, it feels good, right? When you buy something, it's like, oh, this is cool. But that feeling doesn't last long when you feel like all the debt is put on you. You have to be perfect. You basically have to be fucking perfect, and we're not fucking perfect, man. You basically can't make any mistakes at all in this economy. And I think, like, if you're a young person, the best thing you can do is like work as hard as you can right now to acquire as many assets as you can. They need to let up off somewhere. I don't know what it is. Like, they need to fucking figure this shit out, because you will have French style revolution. Something like that's gonna happen. It's not going to be, I don't think it's going to be, civil war, look, we lose 500,000. No, I don't think that's going to happen. I think if we do have a civil war, it'll be skirmishes in different places, probably big cities. There'll be supply chains affected, obviously. The big cities will suffer the most. But I'll be affected. We'll all be affected. The fact that I go to the grocery store, buy 6 bags of groceries, and it costs $200 is fucking bullshit. It really is. It's fucking bullshit. Especially when I'm seeing gas prices come down. And I understand the tariffs and like, fuck you, dude. Come on, man. Like, something's got to give. And then it's like energy prices are going to go up because of it. If this is true, then you need to charge people for using the AI at this point. Like, charge them more to be able to offset that. Oh, we're in competition with these data centers or whatever. Now the prices go up. Dude, you're gonna have people. You're gonna have people revolting, man. You're gonna have people revolting. it's a cold world. That's what it is out there. It's a cold world everywhere. It sucks on the internet. It sucks out in reality. It sucks everywhere. People maybe it's just people like me. Like everyone else is fucking happy. I don't know. When I go out in public, you know, people where I'm at, they're a little bit more friendly for sure. But still, it's still cold. It's still cold. Like, they're not as friendly as they probably were 20, 30 years ago. I bet you they were way more friendly 20, 30 years ago. But yeah, I think it's just, I don't know, man. I just think it's bullshit. I'm just fucking, like, fuck this capitalist. It's not capitalism. To me, capitalism, I've said this before, capitalism, when you have companies, small companies competing with each other, and if one fucks up, the other one can sustain, and another one will come pop up to try to, you know, to replace them, and they'll fight against each other. Try and have the lowest price with the best product. We don't have that. Everything is fucking shit. How crazy it is that movies are dog shit. They're written shitty. They have shitty acting, and nobody's going to the movie theaters, and they still are raising the prices. Like, what? How? Are you? It's a dying industry. I guess America is dying then, because it feels like through the whole fucking everything's a dying industry. Maybe we have a collapse. Maybe we deserve a fucking collapse. But I know if we do, this is what maybe it's bullshit, but everyone else is gonna suffer too. So I guess we'll see what happens. But it does suck. It fucking sucks. Oh, this and that. You have this and that. Like, yeah. Maybe it's not good that I have so much information. Maybe it was kind of good that I was ignorant. I don't know. Maybe ignorance is bliss. People seem to be a lot happier when, like, you know, they're not worried about all this shit. It's just like, none of these people represent me, whether Republicans or Democrats. And to me, I'm looking at Trump like, dude, he's it, man. So, you know, all these women that are like on the left, as women are basically some level of feminism. They're some level of feminist. It doesn't matter who they are, unless they're Amish. Like, you're some level of a fucking feminist. Some are just more feminist than others, but even the like, look at, you have Republican leaders, and some of them I agree with some of the stuff they're saying, but like, why is that the most beautiful, honestly, the most beautiful woman in Congress, Anna Luna Paula, whatever her name is, Paula Luna, she's got a kid? Go raise your fucking kid, dude. Your man should be over here in your seat, like, doing your job. Why are you out here? Go raise your... Oh, we need to have... dude, fuck you. Go raise your kid. And that's where we're at. You know? This is all unsustainable. But we'll see what happens. Basically, women are the ones that drive the economy because they spend so much. And at some point, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I can't predict the future. I just know this shit's fucked up. I just know that I'm pissed off. I feel like it's not the exact same with what was happening in Germany in the 1920s, but I think it rhymes with it. And a lot of that, besides Hitler's isolation and all that shit that made him hate the Jews, you know, his lack of support and everything like that, a lot of people, regular people, ended up supporting the Nazis because, you know, they probably went through the similar position that we're in right now. They're like, fuck this shit. So at some point, you're going to have some type of system, Nazi system that rises up. I'm telling you, I don't know. It's going to happen. It's going to fucking happen. And because it happened then, and people probably feel really similar to how they felt then. And they had declining birth rates too. You know what I mean? There's a lot of parallels that happened in the Weimar Republic that's happening right now. I'm sure that people were all like, oh, the system, and it's like the system isn't working no more. So I don't think that Trump's a Nazi. I don't think he's a fucking Nazi fascist dictator like they say he is. Like he would be wielding so much power. He would just if he was a Nazi, the left would already be destroyed. Okay, you would already be gone. Okay, you would already been using the military against you. You would have been gone. And I don't know what to tell you. We have to take over other places. If we don't, then our adversaries are gonna take them. So yeah, we took over Venezuela because China is over there trying to get in our shit. The reason why, just like Russia, they took over Cuba. We had a big problem with that. So and the fact that they're talking to Canada now, Canada, you're gonna be fucking taken over. It's not gonna be hard to take you over either. So what is the EU gonna do? You want to come over and fucking fight us? Really? Okay, fucking fight us then. Fuck you. Germany is like, oh, you're gonna protect Greenland. You're like, seriously, there's less people in Greenland than the town I work in. Okay, so we'll just take Greenland. You know what I mean? If we wanted to, we could import people over there to vote to take it over anyway. So it is what it is. Fuck Denmark. Fuck all these European. You're not our fucking allies. You don't believe in free speech. Fuck you. Fuck all these European countries. You let in all these Muslims anyway. Fuck you. You're for open borders, but you rich people don't have open borders. You're behind fucking gates. Fuck you. You fucking hypocrites. I hope the worst for you. I hope that you're lucky I'm not in charge. I can't say what I would do because of YouTube. But if I was in charge, yeah, you would be paying. You'd be suffering consequences for your actions right now. The Davos bullshit, fucking European Foundation bullshit. Was it Klaus Schwab? Fuck you. You know what? I like his book, The Fourth Industrial Revolution. It was probably one of my favorite books. Doesn't mean I like him. He can go fuck himself. Just like all the rest of these motherfuckers, the Rockefellers, fuck all of them. A good thing Trump did. Oh, BlackRock can't buy houses anymore. They should have never been able to buy houses. It's a fucking joke. It's time to break these companies up. BlackRock needs to be broken up. This is what I'm saying. Congress is useless. They're not doing shit. They're supposed to break up monopolies. YouTube should be broken up off of Alphabet. You gotta lose your shit. I don't know what to tell you. Amazon, all these places need to be broken up. Elon Musk, he's acquiring all these different. He needs to be broken up too. All these places need to be broken up. There needs to be a limit to how much assets you can own yourself. And it is what it is. I'm sorry. This is a capital. I don't live in a capitalist system. You might because you're rich. I don't. So go fuck yourself. You're ignorant. You don't know everything. Yeah, I know. I know how it is. I know how we're all struggling. I know that. And I see them not struggling and I'm supposed to like defend them? Dude, I'm not a socialist. I'm not a communist. But this is what I'm living in right now. So if I have to live in this shit, then you do too, motherfucker. That's why Mondani got elected in New York. Because people are like, I'm living in a socialist system, and we're seeing rich people living in a capitalist system get richer and richer while we stay in the same spot or go less. No, if we have to live in a socialist system, you do too, motherfucker.